Every year, the narrative is exactly the same. The French Open announces a record-shattering prize pool. Wimbledon tops it weeks later. The US Open rolls out a massive $90 million figure, and headlines scream about how tennis has never been more lucrative. But behind the scenes, the tension is reaching a boiling point. We're hearing whispers of protests and potential boycotts from top stars. Stars like Arina Sabalenka and Yannick Sinner are questioning the system. Why would multimillionaire athletes look at historic increases and think about walking away? Because they aren't looking at the nominal value, they are looking at the percentage split. This is the heart of the conflict. Take a look at this data. Major American sports like the NBA and NFL operate on a near 50-50 revenue-sharing formula. But the Grand Slams? They historically return only about 15%. The rest goes to national tennis federations, infrastructure, and profits. To understand the protest, we have to look closely at how that 15% actually gets carved up. The distribution of Grand Slam prize money is highly structured, and players have recently fought to heavily front-load the payout system. Historically, champions took home an astronomical percentage, while early-round losers barely covered costs. Today, the strategy has flipped to protect the working class of tennis. If you lose in the very first round of the main draw, you aren't walking away empty-handed. At Wimbledon, a first-round exit nets you £80,000. Over at Roland Garros, it's roughly €87,000. As you climb the ladder, the payouts scale up logically with 30 to 40% increases. By the time a player hits the round of 16, they are clear into six-figure territory, secure enough to fund their entire traveling team for the season. The real explosive scaling happens at the final weekend. At Wimbledon, the runner-up receives £1.8 million, while the winner walks away with £3.6 million. While all four Grand Slams offer equal prize money between men and women, they don't value rounds exactly the same way. The Australian Open is praised for aggressive early round distributions, helping lower-ranked players combat the massive travel costs of flying down under. Roland Garros has faced the sharpest criticism. Despite pushing total pools past €61 million, their champion check remains lower on a relative global scale. Wimbledon boasts an explosive $3.6 million winner incentive, while the US Open remains the richest slam with its $90 million total ecosystem. Now let's talk about the areas casual fans rarely see: qualifying and doubles. This is where the economics get incredibly brutal. For qualifying, players have to win 3 consecutive matches. Losing in the first round still makes you around £20,000 or euros today. But then there's doubles. While a singles champion can take home millions, an entire doubles team takes home roughly £760,000 at Wimbledon. Remember, that amount is per pair, split 50-50. After coaches, taxes, hotels, and flights, a first-round exit might barely break even. This brings us right back to the brewing player revolt. The issue isn't that $3.6 million is small, it's that the Grand Slams are corporate machines. Their revenues from media rights, hospitality, and sponsorships are skyrocketing exponentially every single year. The pie is getting drastically larger. But the slice given to the athletes is being kept artificially small. Players see the majors keeping 85% of the revenue generated by their labor. Let me know your thoughts. Should slams match the NBA's 50-50 split? Hit subscribe for more deep dives into racket sports, and I'll see you next time.